takes no time to bend the knee.
And why would I do that?
He's the MVP of the league, and he's playing the best basketball in the league for the past 2 years.
He's bent the knee.
Devin Armani Booker, born October 30th, 1996. Devin Booker was supposed to be that guy, the one Phoenix waited on through years of losing, believing one day he'd turn talent into winning. The one who finally got help, made a finals run, and looked like he was next in line to take over the league. But after everything that's been put in front of him, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, playoff opportunities year after year, here we are again. The Suns just got swept, and not only were they swept, Booker once again put up numbers that looked solid on paper, but didn't actually impact winning. Through this series, he's averaged just over 21 points per game, struggled with efficiency at times, and when the moment called for him to take over, it never really happened. That's been the story of his career. The skill is there, the scoring is there, the opportunity is there, but being that guy isn't about putting up numbers, it's about controlling outcomes. And after another early exit, it's fair to stop waiting for something that hasn't come and likely won't ever. Because at this point, the question isn't when Devin Booker will take the leap, it's whether he ever will at all. For these reasons, I just don't see it. What happened? Let's talk about it. Salute to MannyBoy78 on IG for this request. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get him. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know who I should do next. Devin Booker is a 6'5" shooting guard from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the son of former NBA player Melvin Booker. Coming out of high school, he was one of the top guards in the country, known for his smooth scoring ability and high basketball IQ. He chose to attend Kentucky, where he played a limited role in a loaded system, coming off the bench but still showing flashes of elite shot making and efficiency. Despite not being a primary option in college, NBA teams saw the potential in his offensive skill set, and the Phoenix Suns selected him 13th overall in the 2015 NBA draft. From the moment he entered the league, Booker's path was clear. Phoenix was rebuilding, and he was given the green light early to grow into a franchise player. The numbers came fast, big scoring nights, including a 70-point game, put him on the map and built the idea that he was next in line among the young stars. But those early years also came with losing, which many overlooked because of his age and production. Then came the turning point. The Suns added Chris Paul and everything changed. Structure, leadership, and direction turned Phoenix into a contender almost overnight, resulting in a finals appearance that felt like Booker's arrival moment. From there, expectations only grew. With Kevin Durant later joining the team, Booker was no longer just a young scorer. He was now in position to lead a championship-caliber roster. And now, after another playoff disappointment, that early belief is being questioned. Stunt number 1, given the keys but never took control. From the moment Devin Booker entered the league, the Phoenix Suns made it clear this was going to be his team. He wasn't slowly brought along or asked to fit into a system. He was given the freedom to score, create, and grow into a franchise player from day one. And to his credit, he delivered in the one area that's always defined his game, putting the ball in the basket. The numbers came early, and they came often. Big scoring nights and highlight plays built the image of a future superstar, but even back then, there was always something missing, because while Devin Booker was putting up numbers, the Suns weren't winning. And for a while, like mentioned, that was excused. He was young, the roster wasn't good, the organization was rebuilding, all fair, but eventually those excuses run out, and the expectations shift. At some point, the player putting up the numbers has to start impacting the results. That's the leap every great player makes. That's when you go from being a scorer to being the guy. And when the Suns finally gave him real help, that moment was supposed to come. Chris Paul arrived and immediately brought everything the team needed. The Suns went from irrelevant to a finals team almost overnight. Booker played well, but it was clear who was organizing everything, who was calming the team down, who was controlling the pace of the game, and that wasn't Booker, it was Chris Paul. Even after that finals run, when the expectation was for Booker to fully take over, that shift never really happened. Instead, Phoenix kept adding more help. Kevin Durant comes in, and once again, Booker isn't asked to carry everything, but at the same time, he never steps into that role either. He continues to score, continues to look smooth doing it, but the control, the command, the ability to dictate how games unfold, that part just isn't there consistently. And now, years into his career, we're still having the same conversation. Booker can get you 25, 30, even 40 on any given night, but controlling a game from start to finish, taking over a series when everything is on the line, that's where things start to separate, because being given the keys and actually driving the car are two different things. And so far, Booker has had every opportunity to take control, but he's never fully done it. Stunt number 2, never being the leader. At some point, scoring stops being the question. With Devin Booker, we already know what he can do in that department. He's one of the most polished scorers in the league. Footwork, touch, shot making, it's all there. But being that guy isn't about how you score. It's about what happens when things start going wrong. That's where leadership shows up, and that's the part of Booker's game that has never really developed. When Phoenix was at its best, it wasn't because Booker suddenly became a leader, it was because they brought in one. Chris Paul didn't just help the Suns win games, he gave them direction. He organized the offense, controlled the tempo, and most importantly, he held everyone accountable. That's what leaders do. They don't just play well, they make everyone else fall in line. And during that finals run, it was clear who that presence was. Booker benefited from it, but he wasn't the one providing it. Once that structure started to fade, so did the team's identity. And that's where Booker had a chance to step into that role, to take ownership, to become the voice, the tone setter, and the guy who stabilizes everything when things start slipping. But instead, the Suns continued to feel like a team without a true leader. When adversity hit, there was no one clearly steering the ship. With Booker, when things started going bad, it often just turns into more scoring attempts, more forced offense, and more trying to shoot his way through problems. But great leaders know when to slow things down, when to get others involved, and when to change the flow of the game entirely. That difference becomes even more obvious in the playoffs. When the pressure rises and adjustments matter, teams look at their leader to settle things and guide them through it. And too often, Phoenix looked like a team searching for that direction rather than following it. And it's not just coming from the outside anymore. After this sweep, you're starting to see fans say it out loud, questioning whether he's really a number one option, saying things like he might be better suited as a second or even third, even suggesting the Suns should consider moving on before his value drops. Whether it's all fair or not, it speaks to something bigger. The belief is starting to crack, because at this level, talent gets you noticed, but leadership is what makes teams believe in you. And up to this point in his career, that's the piece Booker has never truly given them. Stunt number 3, the moments never came. At the end of the day, all of this comes down to one thing: moments. Because when you're labeled as that guy, you don't just put up numbers. You define games, you define series, and you create moments that people remember when everything is on the line. And throughout Devin Booker's career, for all the scoring, for all the skill, those moments just haven't been there consistently. The closest it ever felt was that finals run. Phoenix goes up 2-0, and it looked like this was the start of something. Booker had big games, played with confidence, and for a second it felt like he was stepping into that role. But when the series shifted, when Milwaukee adjusted, when the pressure really hit, that's when the separation happens. That's when great players rise above everything and take control. Instead, the Suns lost 4 straight, and that moment slipped away. And since then, the pattern hasn't changed. Every year, there's another opportunity, another chance for Booker to take ownership of a series and show that he can carry a team when it matters most. And every year, something falls short. Whether it's inconsistent performances, stretches where he disappears, or games where his impact just isn't there, the result is always the same: Phoenix coming up short. This latest series only adds to that. Down 0-3, facing elimination. This is exactly the type of moment that defines careers, the type where a true number one steps forward, takes control, and refuses to let the season end quietly. And while Booker finished with 24 points, the impact still felt empty. 6 turnovers, 5 fouls, no real control of the game, no stretch where he felt like he was taking over and bending it to his will. Just numbers on a stat sheet, while the outcome never felt in doubt. That's the difference, because when you think about the players who truly became the face of the league, they don't leave you wondering. They don't have you searching for moments, they give them to you over and over again. Booker has the talent, he's had the opportunities, he's had the teams, but when it comes to the moments that actually define greatness, they've never fully come. Not saying the expectation was for him to become the best player in the NBA, but for a number one option to be this close to looking like he's better suited at second or even third says a lot about his production when it matters. All in all, Devin Booker is one of the most skilled scorers the league has seen in a long time. That part isn't up for debate. He can get hot, take over quarters, and put up numbers that look like superstar production. But being that guy isn't about flashes, it's about consistency, control, and winning at the highest level. And after years of waiting, that version of Booker just hasn't shown up. The Suns gave him time, they gave him help, then gave him even more help. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, multiple chances to prove this is his team. And every time the pressure rises, the results stay the same. At some point, you have to stop projecting what a player can be and accept what they are. And right now, Booker looks like a high-level scorer who needs structure around him to win. Not the one creating it and not the one leading it. That doesn't mean he's not great. It just means he's not what people thought he would become. And at this stage of his career, that gap between expectation and reality is getting harder to ignore. Salute, much respect, but for these reasons, even though a great player, his growth is being stunted. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.